Good morning, guys. It is cruise day. I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures. Thanks for clicking on this video. I am currently in St. Lucia, preparing to hop on a ferry to go to Martinique to catch MSC Virtuosa. Now, this is going to be an amazing cruise for me because all of these ports that I'll be visiting are brand new to me. So I am solo for this trip, first cruise for 2025. Super excited. Now I'm currently staying here in Hammock Suites, which is in Castries, St. Lucia. That's kind of where the cruise ships dock when you do visit St. Lucia. Very nice boutique hotel. So I'll leave the information in the description, but I had to order a taxi, or I had the owner of the hotel order me a taxi to get me to the ferry, which is going to take me over to Martinique. So it's going to be an adventure this morning. Embarkation time isn't till 6, but I'll get there at 9. So we're going to see how today goes, what's going to happen. I have no clue, but follow along. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we're preparing to get in our taxi and head to the ferry.
Now, I know many of you are wondering why I flew into St. Lucia instead of directly into Martinique. Flying into Martinique can be very expensive. In fact, I originally paid $400 round trip to St. Lucia. It was over $1,600 round trip from Martinique. The Express des Les Ferry is a decent alternative to flying if you're trying to get between the islands and the West Indies for cheap. It only cost me $60 one way. The ferry was clean and I had no issues on board, but do be sure to arrive early as I waited in line almost 2 hours before boarding. The port operations aren't the most efficient, so pack your patience. I do not recommend depending on the ferry the day of your cruise, as it does have the potential to cancel in inclement weather. I was a bit stressed about making the cruise ship, but I made it to Martinique safely and on time.
All right, so made it in. It was a nice, smooth ride. I actually took a nap on the ferry, and I'm walking to the port. I can actually see the cruise ship from here. Let me show you. So there is MSC, and there is the ferry terminal. So it's right there, walking distance. So I'm gonna walk it instead of catching a taxi, and we're gonna get there. And also something to notice, they speak French here in Martinique, so it's not like your typical, I shouldn't say typical, it's not like other Caribbean islands. They speak French here, so either pack Google Translate or some sort of translation tool or something, or know a little bit of French, because they really didn't speak any English in the terminal. Yep, so it's right there up ahead. All right, so I have made it here to Fort de France. I don't know what time I can board the ship. I haven't found anyone that speaks English, and there's no signage. I know that I'm pretty early. It is just 10:10, and my technical embarkation time is 6, but I think they're gonna start earlier. I don't know why I got assigned the 6 o'clock time slot. So I'm just gonna kind of hang here and see what happens. There is like a makeshift tent outside the terminal, and then it looks like you have to actually take your bags closer to the ship for the check-in and everything. So yeah, we'll kind of see, play by ear. Now the walk from the ferry was very short, 5 minutes or so from the ferry. Now it is kind of bumpy, so if you have a lot of luggage that could be challenging, and it's a narrow sidewalk, but it is a pretty short walk, so don't worry about catching a taxi. So yeah, we'll see how long I have to wait here before I can start boarding the ship. All right, so it is 11:45. They're letting me board early. He kind of took a group of people because it started getting crowded, and he said, if you're checking in today, follow me. So I hopped up real fast. And they shut it off after about 30, 40 people. So about to board. All right, so made it through real quick. They do keep your passport, so they'll give you this to use to collect your passport. They'll hold on to that until the end of the cruise. That's my first time having to do that, so make sure you hold on to that ticket so you can reclaim your passport. But we are here at Fort de France, the inside of the terminal. Let's take a quick peek. All right, something else to know about Martinique, it is a port where people disembark and embark. So you'll see people getting off, people coming on, different things. So a few of these ports for this cruise are like that.
Good morning.
All right, so I'm going to go drop my bags off. I think my cabin should be ready. And you know, guys, with MSC, you have to make your dining reservations, all of that good stuff once you get on board. So I'm gonna drop my things off. I need to grab some coffee. I haven't had any coffee today. So I'm gonna grab some coffee and then figure out where I need to go for dining reservations. So let's see how this goes. All right, and so my cabin is ready. So I have an aft balcony, which is my very first aft balcony. But guys, it's something strange. When I walk in, I wonder if they're able to smoke on this ship, because it smells a little bit like smoke to me, but I'll find out. but yes, so I'm in now in my cabin. My cabin is ready. And yeah, so I have an aft balcony. It's my very first aft balcony. So I'm really going to enjoy this, but my cabin is ready for me, good to go. It's clean. I'm going to get it sanitized after I make my reservations and everything. And I'm hungry. I'm going to grab coffee, but let me show you guys a quick spin around. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I have the 4 package, plus I have a diamond, because I'm diamond status, yes.
Okay, which do you want to make, madam?
All right, so that was really quick. Got all 5. Since I am diamond, I get 1 free specialty dining, which it's funny, the specialty dining package does not include teppanyaki, but diamond status does. So I did teppanyaki, I did all the restaurants. So that is done. Now I'm headed to the spa because I'm diamond. I do receive a thermal pass for at least 1 day. So I'm gonna go see if I have to reserve that or what I need to do for that. So I'm gonna do that. And as you see, it's almost 1 o'clock and there's still people getting off the ship right now.
MSC Virtuosa offers a luxurious MSC Aria spa, but this spa is not just designated for Aria guests. Here in the spa, you can pay for services such as hair and nails, massages, facials, and more. My favorite part of any spa is the thermal area. You can purchase a cruise-long or daily pass. Here you will find steam rooms, heated loungers, 2 jetted jacuzzis, a Himalayan salt room, snow room, and more. If you are staying within Aria or Yacht Club accommodations, then you have included access to the thermal area. MSC Virtuosa is part of the Meraviglia Plus class and it launched in 2021. This ship is 1,087 feet long and has a max guest capacity of 6,300. On board, you will find 5 pools, including a large indoor pool and an infinity pool, several jacuzzis, a kids splash area complete with a ropes course and water slides, an arcade and virtual reality room, as well as 10 restaurants and 21 bars and lounges. I talk often about the value that MSC offers for cruisers because I believe they are a great cruise line for new cruisers, those cruising with families, and those wanting to have an overall good value. When you're ready to start planning your cruise with MSC Cruises, please contact Major Adventures Travel. We would love to assist you with finding the best deal and help you plan your cruise adventure on board MSC. You can find our information in the description section of this video.
So one thing that I love about the ports where people embark and disembark is that once you get on the ship, usually the buffet's empty because everyone's off in port. So the buffet's pretty empty right now, but I did get just a variety. This does not match at all. I'm just hungry. There's some rice, I don't know how to say it, but it's Indian rice with chicken, and then there was some sort of spinach, and then shepherd's pie and a slice of pizza. No, that doesn't even go together, but I wanted to try something different, something new, something not too heavy because I will be I think going to the main dining room tonight. But yeah, it's nice to kind of have an empty buffet once you get on the ship because you guys know that's usually the busiest time. But yep, have dining reservations squared away, spa squared away. Now the spa will have an Embarkation Day special where you can get an 80-minute massage or spa treatment for the price of a 50-minute. So if you want to take advantage, do that on Embarkation Day. You must take your massage or your spa treatment on Embarkation Day. So definitely head to the spa if you are someone who likes spa treatment. But I'm going to enjoy my lunch and then explore the ship a little bit more. Now, I do feel like I've been on this ship before because I've been on MSC Grandiosa, which is the sister ship. Sailed on that one in Europe, so check out that vlog series. It's actually our vlog that has the most views on YouTube. And then also MSC Meraviglia, this is also the sister ship, so it's pretty much identical. So I feel like I know where I'm going and where things are at, so it'll be pretty easy getting around. But we're gonna explore a little bit, get the cabin situated, and see what's going on today. And part of me is actually debating getting off the ship and exploring a little bit of Martinique because we are here until 11 p.m. We don't sail away till 11, so I'm guessing there won't be a sail away party and all of that happening since it's so late. So it's just 2 o'clock, so I was like, maybe I could get off and do something and then get back on. We'll see. I will be in Martinique a day and a half once we come back because my flight, I had to shift my flight, so I will have time to explore some Martinique. So I was debating whether I'm gonna get off or just chill. We'll see what I do. You guys know I just kind of bounce around, so we'll see where I bounce to next. And yes, MSC has the best pizza at sea. I say that all the time. I'm gonna say it's MSC for sure. Best pizza at sea, and it still is. I was going to get the white pizza, but I saw this pepperoni was just brought out, so grab that, and it is very tasty.
So as you can see, MSC Cruises has a lot to offer for families as well as those young children wanting some adventure. Check out this water park area. Now, something to know is that all children will need to have a waiver sign in order to access the water park or the water slides, as well as the Himalayan Bridge, which is the ropes course. So once you get on board, usually there's going to be a kiosk or desk set up in this area where you can get your wristband for your children. I recommend doing that as soon as you can once you get on the ship. Now, there are waivers available online that you can print off and have them filled out and drop them off. once you get on board. The same thing for Do Re Mi Land, which is the kids club. Now they do offer complimentary kids clubs. You can check the daily agenda to see the different hours, but they'll have all kinds of activities for the kids. They'll play games there in the sportsplex. They will have dance parties. They will attend some of the shows. So the kids will have a lot of fun there. They do accommodate anyone that may have special needs. So be sure to chat with the kids club staff once you arrive. They will have open house hours where you can explore and check out everything that the kids club has to offer.
All right, made it back into the cabin. Had some nice treats from MSC. I will be enjoying my champagne later, and I'm about to get things sanitized, unpacked, because for 7-night cruise, I am going to unpack. It just makes things a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get things clean, packed, unpacked, and I think I'm going to stay on the ship because I'm going to have plenty of time to explore Martinique at the end of the cruise. So I think I'll just wait and kind of just ease into this embarkation day. That looks a little bit different for me because normally I'm on the go on embarkation day. I'm gonna kind of take it light today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get unpacked. There's not a whole lot going on, I think, with everyone in port till 11 p.m. So there's not like a show tonight, but there are a couple of like dance classes and different things going on. I do think since it's a easier evening, I'm probably going to go to the main dining room to check that out. So I have a little bit of time to get unwind and or to wind down and just kind of chill. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just a little bit early for dinner. It looks like they start the anytime dining. So I was assigned anytime dining for this sailing. It starts at 6 o'clock. So I was hoping for 5:30 or whatever, but I'm just gonna hang out and wait for it to start. But first thing, I'm gonna go check out the casino real quick. It's right down the hall.
If you are a casino player, I highly recommend that you sign up for MSC's casino program. They are one of the few cruise lines that offers very transparent policies as far as what you need to earn, as far as points to earn free cruises. And I can tell you that I do play in the casino from time to time when I cruise. MSC you seem to accumulate points a lot quicker, and so you have a better chance of getting a free cruise playing with MSC. So definitely check out their casino program. They will have information at the desk where you can get information on how many points you need to earn to win a free cruise. Now, the Carousel Lounge will offer different programs at sea. Now, I'm not one that usually likes to pay for extra, theatrical performances and things like that, but these Cirque du Soleil style performances that they have at Carousel at Sea are amazing, and I highly recommend them. They're $12 if you book them in advance, $15 if you do it the day of or once you get on board the ship, but it will include a drink for you. And these shows are spectacular. Now, they're unlike the shows that are in the main theater. Definitely check them out if you're on board.
All right, so I am here in the El Campo, I think, dining room. I'm one of the first in, so I was able to get a solo seat kind of off to the window. So that's a tip if you want to dine by yourself. Come early, that way you can grab a table. All right, so a couple things to know. They're still using the QR code, so you need to scan the QR code that's on the menu or on the table to pull up the menu. But also, if you are from the US, I don't know if this applies to every country, but they do offer complimentary distilled water and coffee in the dining room. So when I say distilled water, it's not your tap water that's filtered. It is actually bottled distilled water. You don't need to have a drink package to have that. And I think it's just a safety precaution for those that aren't used to drinking other water. Even though it's filtered, just coming from other places, plate safe. It was like that when I was in Europe as well, where the distilled water was included. So make sure you get that and not the tap water. But yeah, let me show you guys the dinner menu, see what they have. But hopefully this will be a quick service because I'm the only one here. Now, that was something that I noticed going abroad before, was that people tend to dine later, and I like to dine early. So it's 6 o'clock and that's perfect for me, and it's still pretty empty. It's actually 6:10 now and it's pretty empty. So for this itinerary, they have, well, in the main dining room, they're going to have, very similar to some other cruise lines, where they're going to have your constant items that are going to be available every night. And then they're going to change out the appetizers every night and some of the main course meals. And then one of the sections for this particular itinerary is the Caribbean section. So tonight they had like a jerk chicken and then conch fritters. The conch fritters are good. They're just very light to be a conch fritter. Very flavorful. I would have probably not wanted the sauce on top, but they're pretty tasty. So yeah, she said the Caribbean night will change depending on which port we're in. So for today, Martinique, it's the spiced or jerk chicken and then the conch fritter. So not bad. We'll see how this, it's actually a Cornish hen. We'll see how the Cornish hen is. Carousel Productions, which is like their Cirque du Soleil performance. If you pre-book that, you'll need to make sure that you schedule that once you get on board. You do so here by Guest Services. They have a kiosk set up. I almost forgot about it till I happened to see it. So make sure you do that if you pre-book it. Those shows are really good. Now you could wait till you get on board. I think they're $15 or 15 euros on board. I think it was 12 or 13 on in advance. So you can kind of play by ear if you want. It's not a big price difference, but make sure you reserve it or come here so that you get it scheduled. Alright, and I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, is book an excursion on board. I'm going to look to see what they have available for Martinique when I get off the ship, because I really want something that has transport that allows luggage, and that's hard to find if you're booking it outside of the cruise line. So I want to find something that's going to allow me to store my luggage, return me back to the port, and then I can catch a taxi to my hotel, which is just down the street. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how much they're priced here, and then I might just compare to see. The issue is the luggage storage. I can't get a clear answer on if there's luggage storage anywhere around, and the tours that I did look at that weren't booked through MSC, they did not have storage. So I'm going to see what I can find. Something else to know, you will need to make sure you activate a cruise card that is consistent with MSC. So you can go to the cruise activation station, which is located right here, usually by Guest Services, usually by the casino area. You'll need to register a card. They are charging $250 US for a 7-night cruise. That is just a pre-authorization hold. But on this ship, everything's charged in euros, so keep that in mind as well. So yeah, you'll need to do that, or they're gonna deactivate your card within like 24 hours or so. So you have to do that. You can also do it in the app. If you find your account billing, at the top it'll say to link a card. You can do it there as well. So you can do that, and you can also deposit cash if you choose to use cash. So yeah, dinner was delicious. Came out very hot. I love when you can go to the main dining room and get a hot meal and it's actually hot. Food was seasoned well. I had no complaints about dinner. Fast service. Now, I don't know how I got the anytime dining for this sailing. I wonder, part of me, if somehow they tied English speakers there, because it seemed like some of the others were speaking English. Usually for MSC, your anytime dining is going to be reserved for Aria, I guess. So I don't know if it's because I'm diamond status or if they were trying to keep English speakers kind of together. I don't know. But I enjoyed that dining time because there really wasn't anyone near me. Quick service, everything came out hot, no complaints at all. But I was chuckling coming back to my cabin because I requested to get larger robes. They only had medium in my closet, so I left a note on the robe for my room steward, and I said, do you have a larger size, please? And so I just saw him in the hallway, and he said that he put the robes on the couch, and he said that he couldn't hang them up because they're too big. So that just made me chuckle. That was kind of funny. So, but I do have bathrobes. But guys, this is probably gonna be it for me for tonight because I'm exhausted. I want to catch the Meet and I award show. If you guys don't know, we're nominated for 5 awards, so it's about 20 minutes away before showtime, so I'm gonna catch that. And there's really not a whole lot going on because people are still in port, so there's no shows or anything like that tonight. I did enjoy some live music earlier, as well as the steel drums, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, get a little bit of work done, so I'm up and ready. I kept saying I'm going to Tortola tomorrow. I'm not. I'm going to Guadeloupe tomorrow. So I have an excursion with MSC. So I will take you guys along for that. But if you could give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We will be in Guadeloupe for the first time, and we'll see what we get into. So I appreciate you guys following along. And I know it's been a crazy embarkation day. I also have not done my muster now that I'm thinking of it. So I do recall that they're doing muster later this evening. I don't know, I might be asleep. We'll see what happens. But you do have to watch it on your television and then report to muster. And I think they were doing it like around 9:15. So yeah, so things look a lot different when you get on a cruise ship that embarks and disembarks, you know, at the same port. It looks a little bit different, especially when you have a late port day. So we'll see what happens with muster, but I know how to get to muster. I know what to do and all that. So, and all that information is always on your cabin door. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for Meet and I Awards and enjoy this evening. Relax, because it's gonna be a busy 7 days, pretty much port after port. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you guys later. All right, good morning guys. I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures. It is day 2 on board MSC Virtuosa, and we are docked in beautiful Guadeloupe. Now this is my very first time here, so super excited to get off the ship. And I will be exploring today with MSC Cruises, so I have a short excursion booked through MSC, and it's just gonna explore Guadeloupe. It's, I think, one of the highlight tours that'll kind of take you around the island. It's a 4.5-hour tour. So I'm up this morning getting breakfast, and then I'm gonna be meeting up at 9:15 for the short excursion, so follow along. It's a beautiful day. It's really hot already, but I'm super excited to get off and explore Newport.
Guadeloupe is an overseas region of France, but is located in the Caribbean. French is the common language spoken here, as well as Guadeloupean Creole. There are approximately 400,000 people who live on the island. Guadeloupe's currency is the euro and is also one of the top sugar-producing colonies. Guadeloupe is best known for founding zouk music, Jacques Cousteau Marine Reserve, which is a very popular spot for divers, and its rich landscape of tropical forests, mangroves, and coral reefs.
Daryl, you can clap it, Daryl, to encourage him. Buongiorno a tutti, benvenuti. Sono o Giovanni, come preferi. Here I show you the map. Mostro la mappa, la carta. Allora, siamo qui, we are here, and we are going first to Gosier, next city, back to the center of the national park to see a beautiful waterfall, the crayfish waterfall, and next we are going to visit a wonderful garden here in this place, the park of Vallombreuse, and back. So about 4 hours tour. So many different mangoes here, big ones, little ones, different tastes. Abbiamo diversi alberi di mango, come questo. And the stones are volcanic, or sometimes they are also limestone. These little houses were made to give air because they are sotterraneo. Sotterraneo, see, there are galleries underneath, and this was to give air to the galleries underneath. Let's go to see the view, please. So these are hotels, resorts. So The first island to the right is Bastia, and all the mountains are volcanoes. Qui alla destra si trova la Bassa Terra e le montagne sono tutti vulcani. And to the left is the active volcano. We are going to visit the galleries under the ground. It was made to protect the soldiers. They were living there. Please. So here there was some water. They still have water in place. The soldiers were regularly writing some things on the walls because it's easy to write because it's limestone, very easy to write. And so different soldiers' names all around. Okay. It was habitated up to the middle of the 19th century. So the soldiers were here up to 1847, and next they left because this fort was no longer useful for defense. 1810 to 1843 mainly, but in 1833 there was a very bad earthquake. The city of Pointe-à-Pitre was completely destroyed. 3,000 people died. And the French general was here. He asked the slaves to help him, and because he was coming to free them. So they came with him, 3,000 men, and they could chase the British away from Guadeloupe. So let's go now to place, please, to listen to the music. So this is a school for drums and people learning drums. And they have a rehearsal regularly on Sunday. Drum is very important in Guadeloupe because the main music in Guadeloupe is drum music called Groka. I will play for you Groka in the bass. It's a music coming from Africa. Yes. To the center of the city to have another beautiful view around the village and about the islands around. And you will be able to see a beach called La Dacia. If you want to go to the beach during the afternoon, that will be a good place to go because it's very close to the port. It's about 10-15 minutes with a taxi.
Oui, ouais, exactement.
All right, so yeah, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous overlook. You see that island out there? Our tour guide mentioned that if you're a good swimmer, you can actually swim from here over there. There's a lot of boats out there. It looks really nice, probably a perfect spot for snorkeling. Now for this tour, there is not a stop for the beach. However, our tour guide did say that it was a 10-minute ride from the cruise terminal to get to the beach. So I might do that. We'll see. Depends on what time we get back to port.
Inside, in past time, there were only 2 rooms, 1 bedroom and 1 living room. During the night, the living room becomes a bedroom for the children, and the parents are in the bedroom. And the kitchen was always outside, behind the house, next to the garden. Joka. And in Creole, it was called mazouk, and it's a traditional music. other music is called zouk, but this one was called mazouk. Zouk. And zouk is very, very popular now. It was created in the 80s, 1980, and by a group called Kassav from Guadeloupe. And they became very popular all around the world, particularly in Caribbean islands. In this roundabout, there are people selling coconut water and sugarcane juice, but they did not arrive so far. You can drink sugarcane juice there when the people come. They are crushing the sugarcane. Okay, so we are arriving soon, and we are going to spend 20 minutes to visit a crayfish waterfall. It's very easy. It's 5 minutes walk next to the road, and you will see the waterfall. You will see a pond where you can swim or bath. You will see a river, the waterfall river, yes. And there is a shop if you want to buy a drink or to go to the toilet.
du travail.
Alright, so yeah, the waterfall is beautiful and all, but I'm not going to bust my butt going down those rocks, especially while I'm cruising by myself, so it's not worth the risk to try to get a nice shot. So you see it's pretty crowded, so it's a very popular spot here, but I'm not going down those rocks, not today.
Yes, we have two beautiful gardens in Guadeloupe. Great, very nice, wonderful garden. The first one we are going to visit now here, and the second one is in the north, next to the city of Day. It's another wonderful garden. They are different, but they are magnificent.
All right, so for this part of the tour, we were given a map, said we can explore on our own. We have about an hour and a half, or you can stay with the guide. Right now they're gonna catch the train, but I figured I would walk and explore on my own. You guys know how I do. So yeah, the name of the park is, I don't know, I'll put it right here. But beautiful botanical gardens, just very lush area. They grow a lot of sugarcane here, and I believe he said bananas and some other things. So I'm gonna try to make my way over to where the sugar cane is and just explore if I can read this map. So let's see if we can figure it out.
So I wound up spending about 2 hours exploring the botanical gardens. It was very, very beautiful. Lots and lots of different types of plants and flowers and different things. So if you're into gardening, plants, trees, this would be a perfect spot for you. Now do keep in mind that it is kind of a hilly area. So you will be walking uphill at certain points. The train is available to get you to certain points throughout the park. But again, it was just a beautiful sight to see. I really did enjoy. It was very peaceful, and I was able to explore off on my own. After I explored for a little bit, I was off to pick up a couple of souvenirs. I grabbed some snacks to take back home for the family. I did try one of the Guadeloupean type sodas, which was very delicious, and they provided us with water and samples of fruit. And the fruit wasn't anything spectacular, but I did enjoy that drink.
All right, so made it back to port. As you see, there are some shops right here where you can get some really inexpensive souvenirs and different things. So check that out. If you're gonna catch a taxi, it's right across from the ship. Now, I was gonna catch a taxi to the beach, but they said it was 15 euros each way, and it's less than a 10-minute ride. I'm not paying, 30 euros to go to the beach for just an hour or so. I mean, we technically still have like 5 hours in port, but I'm probably only going to spend about an hour there. So I'm just not going to do that right now. So I'm going to get back on the ship, grab a slice of pizza, something light before dinner, freshen up, and see what tonight brings. All right, I had a fun day in port. That was an excellent tour. So if you are looking for something to do, that's going to give you an overview of Guadeloupe. They did translate between French and English, so I appreciate that. There weren't many English speakers on my tour at all, but he did translate between the two. But yeah, just gave a quick overview, 4.5 hours long. Now, something to note is if you are on this itinerary, there are guests embarking and disembarking pretty much at all of the ports. And so like our tour was 4.5 hours. It wanted to be more like 5 because there were guests that were going to be dropped off at the airport. So keep that in mind. That is a perk, that's a benefit, because a lot of the tours you can take a tour on disembarkation day and it'll drop you off at the airport. So definitely check the description of your tour to see if that's offered for you. But it did make the tour a little bit longer, which was fine. So I went upstairs, grabbed a slice of pizza, pina colada, going to relax, freshen up, get ready for dinner. But came back in and I have some of my MSC perks, which they actually doubled up. It looks like I have double macarons, which I'm not going to eat them all. But yeah, so if you're diamond status, actually I think if you're maybe gold, you get macarons and chocolate in your cabin, as well as a bottle of wine. So now I have 2 bottles of wine, one yesterday courtesy of MSC, and the other one part of my Voyagers Club perks. So that's nice that they offer this. So I love the macarons, they're always delicious, and I will enjoy the wine as well. So yeah, so they doubled up. I have 2. And sparkling wine. All right, I rested, freshened up, did some work, and I am off to Indochine or Indochine, Vietnamese, which, guys, Vietnamese is one of my favorite types of food. We actually, our favorite Vietnamese restaurant back home is called Indochine, and they closed, so I'm super excited to try tonight. Hopefully it tastes just as good. I could go for some pho or something hot, so super excited to give this a try. I don't know if this is across MSC's fleet. I have not seen it anyplace else, so I don't know if it's just on this ship or not, but it sounds really good. The menu looks good, so I'm excited to give it a try, so join me.
Indochine is one of the specialty dining restaurants available on board MSC Virtuosa. I have to tell you that I absolutely enjoyed the drinks, the appetizers. However, my pho just wasn't right. And I did talk to the chef about it after the fact, because they wound up cooking the beef completely through. If you've ever had pho, usually you put the meat in raw and then it cooks in the broth. It was just overcooked and it was kind of like pot roast. So I enjoyed the appetizers and the drinks, but did not enjoy the pho as much. This lobster salad was absolutely delicious. I wouldn't have minded a couple extra pieces of lobster, but yeah, this pho just wasn't it for me. Now, I did try this dessert. It was kind of quirky. I had never had anything like this. It's kind of like a slushy, kind of like Kool-Aid, but it has some sort of custard or cake or something in the bottom and kidney beans. And apparently it's a common thing there. It wasn't too bad, but very strange and something new for me to try.
Welcome to you all. How are you tonight? The skies and all the leaves on the trees are falling to whisper and hush, and all that soft moonlight seems to shine. That's why the ladies are trapped, and you will never find, no matter where you start. It's a new life for me. Save the past and for me. Hey, everybody clap. He was a night, oh one night, he was really was such a night. And the night was gone, but before that dawn, yes, before that dawn.
All right, so that show was amazing. I'm gonna cross my luck here in the casino for a second. Good morning, guys. I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures, and today it is day 4 on board MSC Virtuosa, and we are docked in beautiful Tortola, British Virgin Islands. And this is my very first time here. I am taking a shore excursion with MSC. It's called Tortola Highlights. It's going to kind of give me a feel for the island. We're going to get off and explore. Right now I'm about to meet up for my shore excursion, so follow along, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're about to visit Tortola.
Have fun. Take as much pictures as you can, because if you don't, you'll have no proof of being here, right? Okay, let's go. You guys afraid of heights? No?
Yeah.
Too late. Already here, so that's the only way you can see all those gorgeous views anyway, so you can't get there.
Said if you're afraid of heights, we're about to go up high. That's the only way you can see the view, so let's go.
Virgin Islands, I'm happy to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday, right? Not sure. Anyway, we're on Tortola. That is the current main island. We have 4 main islands. We have over 25 beautiful islands and keys, folks. Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. No turning back. Y'all hear all that creaking? Yeah, may not be for you. I
Alright
can't
guys,
take that.
this area is called
Island is owned by Henry Jaraki. He has 2 islands, okay? The second island is called Norman Island. I'll show you that one later. That one is the treasure island. When I say treasure, I'm talking about real treasures, gold, silvers, gems, real stuff. You can save that here for later. So we have about 4 more beaches of this size around the whole island. It's called White Bay. In the cove right here, you have about 1 or 2 yachts there. I don't even know. But right there in the cove, there's a cave in the bottom. It's called Monkey Point. You can swim from the both sides. I've been there before. Behind the island is called Little Comano. That island, no one lives there. We have about 15 of those islands just like that. Behind this island, you guys, I don't know if you can see, but behind the island in the horizon, if you can see well, you're gonna see a white line on the horizon. You can see a white line, maybe not because it's a bit fuzzy out there, but if you could see a white line right there, that is an island. It's the second largest island. It's called Antigua. Antigua has a shipwreck over there. It's been there since 1929. It's called a Rocos. It sleeps under 40 feet of water. It's 80% surrounded by reef. It's made out of limestones and coral. There's a lot of interesting things with that island. Talk about a guy named Richard Branson. Richard Branson, a billionaire guy. Give me a second, okay guys? Give me 1 second. I want to tell you all these stuff. So Richard Branson and his privately owned island is located over there. It costs you about 80,000 to go there and hang out with him. It's called Necker Island and Norman Island. There's ruins from an old copper mine over there. It's been there since the 1700s. It was operating for just 1 century. They used to make jewelry and tools. It was later on traded off with more valuable items. We have the Bats beaches over there. It's a national park. It's one of the most best beautiful beaches in the whole BVI. It's surrounded by granite boulders as big as the houses. It makes lagoons and caves. I have a picture of the Bats there. Over here where you see this big wall on the mountain, then they have a high color house right next to it. That's the prison. You see this awesome view they're sharing? You share the same view as them. So the bad guys hang out over there. The bad girls hang out there too. It's separated with a fence. I'm not sure how they do it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. Like postcard. I don't think I've seen an island this beautiful. Not even St. Thomas. Beautiful.
Guess what?
A German Dr. Henry Jarecki is it?
What did
This is our first transportation, the first Suzuki's, the BMWs, that's it right there, the mules and donkeys. It was also entertainment for the kids because remember there was no television, so they would ride those things up and downhill all day.
Black Bear. Black Bear, the evil pirate. You heard about him?
Yeah.
You guys are awake?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. So dead man chest. He would carry his friends and enemies over there, stab them to death at a time, throw them off his ship, coming back ink by shot. The right side, Peter Island is owned by the Vanderhills. They own Amway Airways, Amway Products. If you heard about Amway, they own the island. Hotels on the island start from 300 to 10,000 bucks.
Wow. Okay, we have a big town coming up for right.
Huh? Yeah, the chairs are complimentary. The amblers are 5. Okay. You go down, you'll see. Hello.
Hello.
Water or punch?
Punch, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Water or punch?
All right, so I am here at Cane Garden Bay in Tortola. Now this was our beach stop for today. It is very, very wavy out there. Our tour guide said not to swim out there if you are not a professional swimmer because, ooh, the tide's coming in. Ooh. Yeah, they said do not go out there if you are not a professional swimmer because it's very rocky. So I'm just gonna chill. I'm not getting out there today, but it includes a complimentary punch. There's food out here as well as drink. So I'm gonna probably try to find some food in a little bit, but right now I'm just gonna enjoy. It's really cool out. It is not hot today at all, probably 80 degrees, and it's not very sunny, so it feels really nice out here. Now this tour has been amazing. If you wanna try to catch some amazing views, I would recommend taking this tour because we went all the way up the mountain. We were able to see both sides of Tortola. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now just a word of advice. If you are someone who wants to see more of the ocean views, the electric blue, beautiful views, sit on the right side. If you want to see more of the landscape and then kind of the bay where the ships are located, then you're gonna wanna sit on the left side. So I sat on the right side and I looked up this time and I got some amazing shots, but I would have also liked to have gotten some of the ship and everything, but I think my side was probably the best side. So this depends on what your preference is. If you are afraid of heights, it could be a challenge because you go pretty high up. So there were some other buses or taxis that were also taking the tour, and they were taking a few more stops. Ooh, the tide is really coming up. So yeah, so it really just depends on your preference. Also, you can catch a taxi from the port to Cane Bay. I don't know the cost. I'll put the cost here though. I did do some research on that and I saw that option, but I figured I wanted more of a narrated tour for this, and the taxis don't narrate. They just kind of take you over the mountain to this side. So I was glad to be able to learn more about Tortola and experience it that way. So we're here for about 2 hours, and then I think that's about it. We're headed back to the ship. But yeah, it is very, very low tide at this time. I guess I should say high tide. So now the sun is coming out. Check out how beautiful it is. Hey guys, word of caution, do not wear sneakers out here. I've seen quite a few people with sneakers trying to escape the tide. There's really no escaping it. It's going all the way up. So yeah, so be careful. See, they have some kiosks with food and drinks and pastries and things. So I don't know if they take card or not, but I'm gonna see if I can grab me something to eat here in a second. And guys, I didn't catch that on camera, but the tide will literally shift the sand from underneath your feet. I almost took a dip. So be careful. I'm not gonna walk too much further down this beach, but it's a very small stretch of beach. So you can pretty much walk from one end to the other, probably 10 minutes, not even. And it's very firm sand, so it makes for an easy walk. But I'm not gonna walk too much further down because I keep feeling the sand shift in under my feet and I don't wanna fall. But yeah, so let me just kind of show you what's down that way. It doesn't look like too many food spots down that way. It looks like a lot of the food options are down here closer to wherever the hotel is down here. That's where there's a couple of bars and different things. Doesn't look like much down here. So I just ordered a jerk chicken platter and a rum punch from this place. Don't know the name of it. But that's what I'm gonna have for lunch. And the jerk chicken platter is I think $16, and then the rum punch is $7. They charge a minimum of, you have to pay at least $25 to use a credit card, or you can pay cash. So yeah, we're gonna check this out. So it's called Glenside Bar and Restaurant. They also have like burgers and pizza and things like that. So yep, you can always grab something quick to eat. It's not too expensive, at least not in my mind. So we're gonna check it out. And the tide is just washing me away. All right, so I got my food and looks like some potato salad, rice and peas, plantain, corn, salad, and the jerk chicken. And of course the rum punch. It's very strong. Chicken's dry. Like almost inedible. I'm probably gonna send this back. It has a good flavor, but it's extremely dry. Extremely dry. Yeah, I'm gonna send this back. And I don't usually do that, but if I can't even eat it, it's not even worth it, so. I'm gonna see if they can give me some fresh chicken. So she came and took the chicken, and she said that they said they'll only take it back if it's not touched. I said, well, I touched the chicken. I tried a piece and I almost choked. And so I had to like literally tear off some of the chicken so she could see how it was almost like straw. And so she took it back and said they would give me a discount on something else. So they're making it right. But I only have like 40 minutes now. So she said that they're gonna fry me a piece of fish real fast. So, and she's gonna give me half off that. So I guess it worked out, but I really wanted the jerk chicken, but I'm not gonna eat that if I'm gonna choke on it, so. All right, so the fish looks a lot better. And it's actually not fried. Looks like it's grilled. Give it a try.
maybe it's stewed fish. Much better. Yeah, don't go for the jerk chicken. As you can see, the fish is juicy, it's not dry. But if you're not used to eating whole fish, it does have bones in it, it's not a fillet. That's very good. Yeah, I'm ready to check out. Alright, so I am back here at the port of Tortola, or Tortola port, cruise port, and had a really nice tour. I would highly recommend, if it's your first time coming to Tortola, to take, now like I said, you can catch the taxi over to Cane Garden Bay, or Cane, yeah, I think it's Cane Garden Bay. You can catch a taxi over there, but again, it's not narrated. So if you want to get a little bit of history, some information, take one of the open air taxis over one of the tours. There are some tours that are also offered right outside of the cruise terminal. Those will probably be more narrated. So I would recommend maybe doing that. But yeah, had a really good time. Yeah, there are some shops and different things right here. A couple of bars, cigar martini bar, a couple restaurants right here at the port. It's not a huge port, but if you just want to get off and do something, you can. I don't think there's a beach right here near the port. I have not seen anything. It seems like everyone was taking the taxis to the beaches. So if you want to go to a beach, this isn't the port that you're going to get off the ship and walk to a beach. You're going to have to catch a taxi or catch a tour to get wherever you need to go. But overall, had a great day. Let's kind of walk around the port area, check this out, and get back on the ship. And as you see, this is where you come to pick up the taxis, and then it says to city and shopping, so you can even walk to the downtown area right here. But those are the taxis right there, and here's the cruise terminal right there. So you literally just walk out of the cruise terminal down until you see the big taxi sign. Also looks like there's a car rental spot, Avis, here. I personally would not recommend renting a car here because of the way they drive and the way things are set up. But if you feel comfortable with that and driving on the left side, they do have an Avis out here where you can rent a car. And if you need cash for the taxis, there is an ATM right here beside the port. They do charge a $5 fee. I had to get more cash. So $5 fee to use the ATM. Make sure you pack enough cash. I try not to carry a lot of cash on me, especially when I'm traveling solo. And yeah, I'm only on port 3, and I still have 3 or 4 more to go. So I need to make sure I had enough to do what I needed to do. So headed back to the ship. So it looks like right here on the boardwalk, there's a ton of food kiosks. So if you're hungry, get off the ship, and they have island food, looks like a lot of Caribbean, African food. So yeah, come here and grab some food. So I should get a souvenir since it's my first time here, right? Let me grab something. Alright, so I changed my mind on the souvenirs. The prices here at the port are ridiculous. So I'll have to catch a souvenir next time I'm visiting. Now the next time I come, I won't do a beach tour or island tour. I will actually go to more of a local spot and take tours there.
get some information, and that's where you're going to find your cheaper souvenirs. I'm not spending all that money on things. Actually, let me check out this spot. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'll pass. So to put it in perspective, a t-shirt is $30. Guys, you know, you can go to most Caribbean ports and get a t-shirt like 2 for $10, 2 for $20. I'm not paying $30 for a t-shirt. So, all right, let me get a sign of the BVI sign, and we're headed back to the ship. Good morning, guys. I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures, and welcome to St. Martin. Now, this is my very first time here in St. Martin. I am currently cruising on board MSC Virtuosa for a 7-night cruise. And you know what? What a better way to explore an island for the first time than with Shore Excursions Group. So today's tour was provided through Shore Excursions Group, and we're going to do a little bit of sun, sand, and shopping to kind of get around and explore St. Martin for the first time. Now, I highly recommend taking a tour if it's your first time at an island, just to get a feel for the island itself. These sun, sand, shopping tours, or tours that'll take you around on a bus, are perfect to kind of be introduced to the island. And so one thing I love about Shore Excursions Group is that they have that return to ship guarantee. So they are a third-party shore excursion provider, but I love them because you're going to have a smaller crowd. So a lot of times those bus tours can hold, you know, 30 to 60 people. Usually with Shore Excursions Group, you're going to have a smaller group size. You're also going to have a more authentic experience, and usually the cost is cheaper than if you book it through the ship. So I know MSC offered a very similar tour, but it was cheaper to go through Shore Excursions Group. So that's what we're doing, and we're gonna explore St. Martin together. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are off to explore St. Martin. And y'all, this sun is beaming today, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull my hat out and get that put on. Right, so that is better. So with Shore Excursions Group, be sure to print off your confirmation. On your confirmation, it's going to give you instructions on where to pick up your shore excursion. Now, usually because it is a third-party shore excursion provider, you're going to have to bypass the area where the ship's excursions are, and usually it's not too much further from there. So it depends on the port though. But there'll be very clear instructions on how to get where you need to be and who you need to look for, or any signage you need to look for. So be sure to print your confirmation, and that's where you're going to find where to meet up. I see this guava berry colada and rum shop. I'm gonna have to stop on my way back because I saw guava berry yesterday when I was in Tortola, and it sounds like that's a popular berry or drink that they have. I love guava, so and I love coladas and I love rum, so I'm gonna check that out when I come back. So that's something I haven't seen in port before. They have a kiosk right where the taxi stand is. It says Accessible Ventures. You can get wheelchair rentals, beach wheelchair rentals, accessible scooter rentals right here in port. I don't think I've ever seen that before, so that's really nice that they have it right here in port. Okay, thank you.
When you see the bags, don't sit.
Okay.
And you are
Raquel. Yes.
And you're
Yeah, we also need to in our time. Okay.
So I guess no one here speaks Dutch, right?
No.
I've been to a Dutch school. Spanish? No. My English is not so bad, so we'll get along good. Alright, let me get the other folks. Oh, we still have time. Oh, is this your first, which ship are you on, may I ask?
I'm on MSC Virtuosa.
Excuse me?
MSC?
MSD?
Yes.
I'm on the Oasis.
Okay, we should be back at the port 2:45 p.m. That's good timing?
Perfect.
Alright.
I think we're in port till 7, so.
Oh, wow. Or if you wish to stay at the Phillipsburg area, choice is yours. That's on the way back. Yeah. This is your first stop or your second, your third?
Fourth, I think.
This is your last stop?
No, we still have 2 more. We have St. Kitts and
St. Kitts?
Antigua.
Oh, that's right across the water. Alright, once again, my name is Ken. Welcome to St. Maarten. Now, St. Maarten consists of French and Dutch. We are 37 square miles. Even though the Google says 34, actually it's 37 square miles. For each square mile we have a beach, so we have 37 beaches. The French side are known for their gourmet. They have one of the top, if not the best restaurants on the French side. That's in the Grand Quais area. They also are known for the most expensive villas on the island. You go there because you have a few millions. Those villas are not cheap. There are villas where you spend $5 grand a night, 6 up to 10 grand a night. Ooh. Probably a little more. Know where you live?
I relocated just to do the tour for you today. Of course, we have too many casinos. We have 15 casinos on the Dutch side. French side has none. It's almost like, what do you say? For each square mile we have a casino. We have brothels, also not important. We have strip clubs, to me that's never important. We have nightclubs, so French side have none of the above mentioned, but they do have very, very good restaurants. So we have a little of the crazy stuff. It's more relaxing on the Dutch side. French side, as I said, they are known for the expensive villas called Cahill. If you look to your extreme right, you're gonna see we have the steepest zip line. You see it to the top of that peak? For those of you who want to challenge your heart, that's a good place to go.
Guys, it's really nice here. Beautiful, beautiful nights. At the villas that are over here on this hillside are upwards of 5,000 or so per night. Very, very, very expensive. So yeah, and he kind of shared some history about the French side versus the Dutch side. I think he said the Dutch side is a little more chill than the French side. The French side is where you're going to find the strip clubs, the casinos. He said there were 15 casinos, I believe. So yeah, so very interesting to be on one island and have 2 different sides and very different lifestyles.
Everything good, buddy?
So on this tour they have sodas, water, and rum punch, and this is
Everyone on
delicious
board?
rum punch.
Yep.
So it's included with the tour now.
Cool.
Hate to say it, but you're
If
probably
you need a
not going to
drink,
get rum
this is a good
punch
time to get a
on a
drink.
ship's excursion.
Yeah,
But
okay, good for
that's why you do
water.
third party. Like I said, it's more authentic. You're going to have a better experience. And you might
I
get some rum
promise him.
punch.
so we are now at the river front here on the French side. We were actually on the Dutch side before. We're on the French side now. There's a ton of like souvenir shops, different little booths here. There's also a bunch of different restaurants, and he said there's a famous bakery here, so we're going to check that out. We have about 45 minutes here just to kind of explore, and then we're going to be heading to Orient Beach. So let's see what I can pick up as far as souvenirs. I can tell you that I'm definitely going to want to try this guava berry. I keep seeing guava berry everywhere, and just thinking about it makes me salivate. So I'm like, I need to try some guava berry. It sounds delicious. So let's see if we can find some. So I grabbed some fish spice, some steak spice, chicken spice, and a pint of, is it a pint? Yes, of the guava berry rum to take back, and I spent $23, so not bad at all. Cookie to take back on the ship, and it's coffee. You guys know I love my iced coffee, or I love coffee. Really strong. Not much caramel flavor, but it tastes good. Let's try the croissant. I love a good chocolate croissant too, that's good. Alright, so as I mentioned, there's a lot of little kiosks, restaurants, and things like that over here. Our driver just asked that we not order food here because we're going to the beach and there's going to be plenty of food there, but there's a lot of food here if you have more time. He just said by the time you order, you won't have much time to sit and enjoy it. So, but there are plenty of restaurants right here. Yeah, I would definitely love to have more time here at this spot. Now, there may be other tours that allow for more time here. I would have loved to probably have maybe 2 hours to really explore, maybe to sit and eat and do some things out here. But that just gives you another reason to book another cruise, or consider coming for a land visit. So we are here at Orient Beach. I think we were scheduled to go to Maho Beach, well, at least for a few minutes, but our tour driver decided not to go there because there was a lot of traffic, and he said that leaving the airport, because it's right there near the airport, that you will be in traffic for a really long time, and there's some people on our tour that they have an earlier back on board time.
so he didn't want to chance that. So I think we were supposed to stop at Maho just to get a peek there, go on the beach for a few minutes. But we are now going to be here at Maho Beach for the next 2 hours. That's part of the tour. We do have chairs and umbrellas included. We're right here outside of, I think, Bikini Beach or Bikini Bar. And guys, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful water. It is a little bit stirred up. He said that normally it's calm out here, but today it's stirred up a little bit. But it's nice and refreshing. I probably won't dip all the way in, but yeah, it is gorgeous out here. So there are a few different restaurants right over here. Now, what I just learned is that we're on Orient Beach. And it was funny because Ron was like, you're on the nude beach. And I'm like, no, it's not nude. We'll come to find out the opposite end of the beach is the nude area. So our tour guide avoided that area. So if you want to be nude, go to the other side. Speaking of that, that's Ron calling me right now. My tour guide said that this area really comes to life at night. I'm looking, there's a bunch of little restaurants in this little circle right here, but nothing's open except for this one spot. So I'm assuming they probably all open at night. I don't know what today is, or maybe probably the weekends, but a lot of little spots here to dine. All right, so made it back to port with plenty of time to spare, and that's one thing about Shore Excursions Group. They're going to get you back to the ship on time, so no worries there. And they have a return to ship guarantee. Check it out on their website. Had an amazing time, but I am back here in port, and I still have 3 hours to go. So I'm just going to explore over to the port area. $52 for t-shirt? Absolutely not. This spot here has cheaper t-shirts. Looks like $10 a shirt for some of them. So for those of you who are new cruisers, just tip, if you're looking to get souvenirs and things, it's usually cheaper to get it outside of the port area. Usually they're going to jack up the prices in the port area. Then you support locals if you purchase outside. So consider that rather than buying at the port. But if you're staying in port or forget to pick up your souvenirs, there's going to be some things here in port for you to grab. They're just going to come at a higher cost. And of course, there's a line for the guava berry coladas. So I'm gonna give it a try. And guys, I learned something new, and this is why you take these tours, because you learn new things. I was thinking guava berry. I was thinking like guava fruit and like strawberries or berries. No, guava berry is an actual fruit. Looks like a grape, different colors. Guava berry. Didn't know about it. I thought it was guava and like strawberries. So I also see that if you want to get to Phillipsburg, which is like the shopping area, they actually have a water taxi. It's $7 for adults round trip and $7 for adults and free for 3 years and under. So instead of walking to Phillipsburg, you can catch the water taxi. So that's pretty cool. Might try that the next time I'm here.
It's kind of
Alright, I'm gonna have to sip this slowly going back to the ship. I feel it kicking in. So yeah, it's definitely strong. So I'm just gonna walk slowly, get back to the port, drink this before I get back on the ship, because you can't carry it on the ship. But yeah, very tasty. Had a wonderful day here in St. Martin. I'm excited to come back again. Definitely by cruise, but I think this might be a port that I'd want to come back by land. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, headed back to the ship. Good morning, I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures, and today is day 6 on board MSC Virtuosa. And as you see, it is a rainy day, and I am currently here in Antigua. I think I'm saying that right. And I am off to explore with Shore Excursions group on this rainy day. Hopefully it clears up, we'll see. So we have quite a day. It's called the Antiguan Experience. So super excited, first time here, super excited to be exploring the port with Shore Excursions group, so follow along. It looks like the sun is now coming out, so hopefully it clears up. It's been raining since we pulled into port, and it looks like it's gonna be cloudy, like kind of overcast all day, and it's supposed to rain on and off, so hopefully the rain will hold up for this tour, we'll see. But you know, it happens in the Caribbean, so sometimes you come to expect it. All right, so, and I've mentioned Shore Excursions group several times before. They are a third-party shore excursion provider. They're going to give you an authentic experience, usually cheaper than a cruise line. They have a return to ship guarantee or return to port guarantee. So definitely check them out for your next tour. I highly recommend them. I use them all the time. But yeah, they offer a great value for what you're gonna get. Usually a smaller tour size as well. And be sure to print off your confirmation. Your confirmation will have information as far as where to meet up for your tour, because it's usually not where the ship's excursions pick up. So you'll have to find that destination or that location to get there. But Shore Excursions group, I'll put the link in the description.
1, 2.
All right, so for my tour, they said to come near Cheers Antigua, and this is where I'm picking up the tour.
You have to say it like an Italian. Lorenzo. Lorenzo. A hand gesture included. Lorenzo. Lorenzo. Good. And it's not raining. It's liquid sunshine. Yeah. We're gonna start the tour now. Welcome to Antigua, guys. Give yourself some applause. Good. Yes. So,
are we there yet?
Not yet. We'll be there when we get the rum. Yes, rum is good. So Antigua is the land of 365 white, pristine, sandy beaches.
Which are wet right now. Which are wet right now.
Well, I mean, yeah. But today is not necessarily a beach day, but we have 365 nonetheless. On the island, we have a population. You gotta guess how many people. Yes. 180,000. 360,000? Wow, that's a lot. Nobody else?
200,000.
200,000? Okay, it sounds like the price is right. I'm gonna tell you what it is. We have 100,000 people on the island. The reason for this is because we have more women than men on the island.
That's nice.
I know, it's a real paradise. The ratio of women to men is 10 women to 1 man. Yeah, so people don't get married until they're in their 80s. I mean, you gotta explore who cooks the best dinner, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, in other words, if it's yellow, but if it's stinking brown,
Flush it down.
bye, you know it. Good. Who lives in the area? Good morning.
It's part of climate change. We were very well. Good morning, everybody. I'm
Good morning.
Macmillan. My husband Brian Macmillan. Mark is from upstate New York, born in Lockport, raised in Syracuse. Came to Antigua in 1960 when he was 17. In the Navy, a Seabee. My family, my dad's family, came to Antigua in the mid-1600s. English, Irish, French. Inside there's a bathroom. If you need one, you'll have access to 4 rooms. Closed doors are private. Upstairs there's a rope across the kitchen, and you look on the right, you will see sea turtles from a different era. We also have on the dining room table a register. We'd love you to sign, make comment of your tour, and if you have cameras, you can take photographs. Inside here, I'll tell you about carrots, and they're all hand raised, by the way. So let me get some music on.
Wow.
That's cool. Yes, it is.
We're gonna do a ceremony of tea. It's on its way.
Okay.
Now guys, the tea is on its way. We're gonna meet over here and we're gonna drink some tea because it's not raining right now. So, where are we going? Over here. You guys saw the parrot? Well and Paul.
Yes.
I'm gonna get the tea and then you get the tea, right?
What's up? Hey man.
This is soursop leaves. Pass it around. Now the tea I'm giving you is a mixture of soursop leaves, citronella, basil, and lavender. We use a little bit of honey in the tea. Sometimes we use brown sugar, mostly honey. You got some, Cara?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Dung on what? Dung on the bench?
Like a bird.
One tea bag can do 1 liter of tea, and they are reusable up to twice. So you can use it, put it in the refrigerator, let it dry out, and then you can use it one more time. And if you want more potency, you can put it with a fresh bag and repeat the process like that, right?
How many bags?
5 bags inside. So 1 pack is $5. If you need any, you let me know. I have them here. Don't worry. Now, when the vaccines came, the government said, hey, take the vaccine or you're going to lose your job. A lot of the people that live in the countryside, they work on the plantation. What happened? Because of negligible food packages, a lot of people went to the farms and raided the farms for food. Pineapples, mangoes, papayas, oranges, everything, right? So the pineapple farm was not maintained for 2 years after COVID because there was nothing going on. And a pineapple takes 12 to 18 months, some of them take 2 years to grow, yeah? You can fit into Texas 2,700 times. Yes. On land, we have something dangerous. We have tarantulas and centipedes. The tarantulas are nocturnal. Centipedes, similar, right? So I am an educator. I educate people on different, topics. I used to work for Dr. Phil. Right? So here's what. Normally when we
You're
wanna...
a confabulator is what I think you
What
are.
are you talking about? What? A confabulator? I make intelligent fabrications. Intellectual. Here's what. We all know if we wanna grow a pineapple, you gotta grow it from the head, right?
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Here's what. When you grow it from the head, you only get one other pineapple.
Okay.
Sometimes we want more.
Right.
I teach you something today.
Okay.
We don't have seeds in our pineapple. Our pineapple is like a GMO crop. We're not sure where they got them from. They're not even indigenous to the island. We're not sure. But we have them. I believe there was a niche group of indigenous people growing them, and then they got wiped out and no one knows anything. Right? That's what I think. Here's what. We don't always have to grow shoots from the shoot. We can grow it from the root. The root of the pineapple can produce multiple heads. Right? We take the root, we cut it down, we put it halfway in soil, and the root would produce, if you can see this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, multiple heads. That is how you can maximize your yield. I'm going to get the pod. There's a pod that grows on this tree. And the tree of life, because you're smelling it, but even though you're smelling it, you can eat it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to get a larger pod. This is not what you think it is. I see it. I see it. Okay, good.
Not meant for climbing.
Where is it? Aha, I see. Oh no. Not from here. I can, but my old age sometimes get the best of me. Alright. This is not a sex toy, okay?
Oh.
Here's what. Ah, beautiful. Have a lot. You see inside have seeds. I'm gonna give it to the males because the seeds increase male testosterone by 150%. I'm serious. There's no joke.
Take a couple there.
Oh my lord. If women want to eat it, it's good for your collagen, for your skin. But women that have hormone imbalances should not eat it. So if you have whacked hormones, don't bother with that. If you want it, okay, good. It's going to taste very bitter, and then it's going to interact with your saliva, taste sweet, and then back to bitter. We have to eat it together, Al. What is wrong with you? It's too hasty. Nancy.
I tried.
It's going to be all over.
I tried to train him.
No,
It
before
didn't work.
we eat the seed, I have to give him a story. I'm a storyteller.
Yeah, you are.
2 years ago, I ate it for the first time. I met a Rastafarian guy. I'm not a Rasta, I just have it here, right? And he said, Lorenzo, you have to eat the seed, it's powerful. And he had big eyes, right? So,
In your story, anyway.
well, yeah, but, and, I ate the seed. I was engaged at the time. I'm not engaged anymore.
That's how you eat the seed.
When I ate the seed the next day, she said, Lorenzo, I'm going to call off the wedding. So I asked her why. She said, she's not going to get married to a machine. So,
Oh, so sad.
Oh, don't cry.
the thing about it, when I ate the seed, I had no children. But now, I have triplets. We're gonna eat it. Are you ready? You ready, guys? Yeah. You got one already, Dennis? Yeah. Okay. He's gonna be a menace. 3, 2, 1. Good. Good.
bitter right now? Bittersweet.
Oh, no.
This is called the sweet meat tree because, you know, sometimes you go to the doctor and you get a letter, a sick leave letter, a paper that says you can't work for 2 weeks or whatever. You might not be that sick, right? But you're glad for the time to stay home from work, right? Enslaved people is called sweet meat, not meat like meat, flesh, meat as in meat and greet, right? They would come to the tree, they would eat a small fruit that grows on the tree, little green fruit, it looks like a lime. And they would do adult activities before eating the fruit, and then when they ate the fruit, they would get temporarily paralyzed, right? So if I didn't want to work tomorrow, I don't want to work today, I would last night meet with my girlfriend in secret, and then we eat the fruit, and the next day, can't work. Our legs don't work. If my legs don't work, I can't do any work, right? So it was a form of rebellion by the slaves. Yeah, sweet meat. The other tree is a silk cotton tree. If you know about silk cotton, the tree produces pods that have a cotton-like silk inside, and when the wind catches it, it's very beautiful, very cascades throughout the valley. It's about 250 years old, the tree. Look on top of that hill. It's a mountain. It's a baby mountain. It's called Boggy Peak, but it was renamed to Mount Obama when Obama took presidency. However, we had a celebration ceremony for Obama. He did not show up. Locals said, screw you then, and we don't really call it Mount Obama. However, when Trump became president the first time, before he was a felon, right? He called the prime minister. He said, you guys are naming things after Obama. What about me? The prime minister said he's staying out of the American politics. Very smart. And he said he's going to change it back to Boggy Peak. Now the reason why it's called Boggy Peak is because the slaves would run away. When the slaves ran away, they would adorn themselves as demons and devils to scare away pursuers. Boggy. But here's what, the Americans, you guys came in the 30s and 40s on naval ships, right? Heard about the law. Slaves would run away and dress up as the boogeyman. So they called it Boogie Peak. But we in the Caribbean, we speak different. So we said Boggy Peak, right? So that is the name. Some atlases you look at, you see Boggy Peak, some you see Mount Obama. This tree is called the Susu tree. Susu in Antigua, in Barbados, they call it the monkey no climb tree. Because you're not climbing this, these are spikes. It was used as a form of punishment. They had to lean on the tree. They would tie them with ropes and vines. This is what the tree does. When the tree, if these small spikes break off, it produces a sap, and the sap is a skin irritant, right? If the sap goes in your eyes, you're gonna go permanently blind. This particular tree got struck by lightning twice, so we're not sure if it's cursed or what. We don't know. Come this way. See the metaphine? See the metaphine? See the metaphine? What you call it?
I see the metaphine.
See the metaphine? Blah blah blah. What do you want to call it? You can pass it around. Pass it around. Pass it around. Now let me tell you about it. Because you're black.
It does look like food.
Thank you. So here's what. If you squeeze it by the stem especially, you should see an oil come out. A little oil. You see it? That oil.
Yeah.
The stem. That oil, we would gather a lot. We would cold press it. We mix that oil with Vaseline, and we rub it on areas we feel pain. Pain subsides. These are the shoots of the pineapple. They're not dying. When our shoots are maturing, they produce spiders, you see? I'm joking, they don't produce spiders. Spiders just come to put their web to catch, you know, insects. Anyway, the shoots very serrated, very sharp. You can only run your fingers up, right? When the pineapple grows, it grows from the center. And when they begin to grow, they're pink. The pineapple itself is pink and black. So there's two reasons why it's called the Antigua black pineapple. When it's growing, it's dark, very black and pink, and the soil as well is white. Now, some geologists came to the island after the hurricane and the volcano blew up in '95. They came in about '97, and they tested the soil and they realized that the soil is similar to soil in Hawaii, but a bit different, you know. And they believe that is why the pineapple genes are, you know, how they are, because of the enzymes in the soil, blah blah blah. Alright everyone, you take a toothpick and then you eat the pineapple. Quick disclaimer, if you have diabetes, you're gonna get diabetes type 10. Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's really good.
No, the second one don't answer.
Okay.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Wagwan means what's going on. You work with Jamaicans? No. Does she work with Jamaicans? Wagwan. What is Guan is short for going on. So think about it. Guan, G-W-A-I-N. Guan, going on, Guan. Is it? Very good, Rockwell. Well, high five.
Okay. Let me go ahead, Peter.
Come on, man. You're so angry.
So as you guys can see, this has turned out to be one gorgeous day. Overcast, but it's beautiful. So this tour has been amazing. It's really nice to be able to see more of how like the locals live. Now the pineapple farm, something that he did share with us was that there weren't many pineapples available, and that's happened since COVID. It takes about 2 years to grow a pineapple, and so he started sharing with us that process, and kind of normally you would see a whole bunch of pineapples out there, but it's kind of you know, empty at this point because of COVID, but that was fine. It was a lot of good information that was shared. And our tour guide, Lorenzo, guys, he's hilarious. He's an amazing storyteller. So really enjoyed this tour. Lunch was delicious. So now just here at the beach, we're here for a couple of hours and I'm just gonna relax. I didn't wear beach gear because I knew it was gonna rain today and I wasn't sure if we were even gonna make it to the beach, but we are here and I'm just gonna enjoy and lounge and relax. There's rum punch that was included, lunch, and then additional rum punch. You can get 2 for $5. I think he said you can get 3 beers and a shot of rum for $10. So really nice price to be out here on the beach enjoying it. Yeah, and get to see a little bit of Antigua. And guys, it is pronounced Antigua, not Antigua. But yeah, so out here, it's a beautiful day. Gonna enjoy it. Very first time here, having a great time with Shore Excursions group. And like I said, we're here another 2 hours, and by the time I get back to the port, we'll still have, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 hours available that I can explore the port area, which I probably will do. But that's the thing about Shore Excursions group. They're going to make sure you get back to the ship with their return to ship guarantee.
I'm a fool.
Antigua. Definitely will come back again. I'll have to make sure this is on another itinerary. Beautiful time. Turned out to be a gorgeous day. If you guys caught the beginning, it was pretty cloudy and rainy, but turned out to be a beautiful day. So back to the ship. Good morning, guys. I'm Nicole from MHFamilyAdventures, and it is day 7 on board MSC Virtuosa. I am currently docked in St. Kitts. Very first time here, guys. This whole itinerary, all of these ports are brand new to me, and I've been on, this is cruise number 65 for me, so be sure to go back and check out the other ports from this series. This is the last port. I'm off to explore with Viator. I have a tour, can't think of the name of it, I'll put it right here, but it's an authentic tour of St. Kitts, smaller group size, all of that good stuff. This is not a sponsored vlog though, but check out Viator. They offer some great options, and you can also use the link in the description, and you can book now and pay later. So that's the benefit of Viator. So I am off the ship, about to get to the meeting point. I think it's at the casino, so follow along. So as you see, there are a ton of shops. This is like a huge port area. It reminds me somewhat of Cozumel a little bit, but I don't have time right now to explore this area. We'll come back later. I'm gonna go ahead and catch my tour. I'm about 15 minutes away from tour time, so I'm gonna head there first.
So we got a little company today. So it's actually gonna be 9 of us, plus me, 10, plus we got a little company in the van.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about monkeys? Is it okay?
Yeah.
You have met one? Okay. So I have one in the van.
In the van?
So I'm just to let you know, it's a friendly monkey. Okay?
Okay.
So today you're gonna see a lot of people, like, they do monkey business with it. So a lot of people actually, you're gonna see them, they actually want to take pictures and you have to pay them. But I don't do that. If you want to just play with it today, if you want anything you want to do, it's up to you, okay? Okay. I'm letting you know, it's tied in the van. It's not going to be running wild.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So hello. Say hello.
Hi.
You see the monkeys what we got on the island?
Okay.
These are the green vervet. So we got over 150,000 of these. Oh. So in order for us to get them like this, we had to get them like a little baby. So you got to get them from their mom. So we do not kill the mom. We do not. Once we get the baby, we just tranquilize the mom and just put it to sleep, try to separate the baby, and then that's about it. But this one, when you touch down here, she get aggressive. All you gotta do like this. Come on, see? Just like that. Once you put up your hand, it comes up. But don't try to touch it down here, because that's when she get aggressive. That's how those monkeys are. Okay. Once you put out your hand, come here. That's about it. I'm gonna be a tour guide for today. We got our co-pilot here. Her name is Bella. And she's gonna be here with us today. Okay? So, this is my first time actually doing this kind of tour. Usually I got it like on those bigger trucks to the back. So, first we're gonna start off with Pozzante. Anybody first time here?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So, before we start to get about history, I'm just gonna explain to you guys about the Port Zante. This port was opened in 2005. So I'm gonna be honest, we used to go sugarcane. That was our main industry. We used to go sugarcane, but that was closed down. We used to make sugar, but that was closed down back in 2005. So our main industry right now is tourism. You seen the EC dollar, right?
Yes.
This is the Eastern Caribbean dollar right here. And all of the money for the Eastern Caribbean is being printed in St. Kitts. So I'm gonna show you right here. This is a 50 right here. If I put like $4 more on this, $4 more, that's like a $20 US.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like $2.70 for $1 US. Them that are highlighted dark and some are not highlighted dark, such as St. Kitts, Dominica, Antigua. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, so all those 8 islands, the money was being printed right here. Those are all the 8 countries under the Caribbean Commonwealth. So all of the money again is being printed right in St. Kitts. Also, we was actually one of the first Caribbean countries to start investment program. So this was known as the Pall Mall Square. So if you look on the right hand side, you can see the right hand side right on this building, right? As I swing the corner, look to the basement side. Down here is where they used to store the slaves. Down here, this is one of the buildings right here. Also, you take a drone, put it up in the sky, mimic, just like the Union Jack flag. That was the flag given to us before we got independence. Once we got independence, we got our own flag. Also, these right here, these monkeys was actually brought to St. Kitts for food supply. Again, these monkeys was brought to St. Kitts for food supply, so there's still got a lot of people practice eating them. I would never eat a monkey though, I'm just letting you know. There's still got a lot of people practice eating them. But down here, most of people, they got them like pets. We can get almost like 5 monkeys a piece. The population is overpopulated by monkeys.
Okay.
On the right.
I'm the one you probably read all the reviews about. Yeah, I'm him. Today Dominic gonna be doing the tour. I'm doing the YouTube vlog today. We starting a YouTube channel, you know. If y'all want to say hi, just go ahead, you know. So the next one, when it comes out, y'all may see yourself. It's called Welcome to St. Kitts. And you know he gonna be dealing with y'all, right? We got all the drinks. Oh,
egrets.
Correct. Egrets. But look at the trees.
It's an egret tree.
You see the trees, right? The trees are spiky. So, mongoose, anyone knows what's mongoose?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mongoose was actually brought down here to get rid of all the snakes. We used to got lots of snakes on the island. Mongoose was actually brought here to get rid of all the snakes. So we no longer have no more snakes on the island. I'm gonna be honest, none whatsoever.
Serious?
Yes, none. The mongoose, they did a good job.
Yeah.
But these are actually nesting. And they're staying in this tree to try to stay protected from the mongoose, from eating their eggs. So the mongoose cannot get up in those spiky trees. The mongoose or the monkeys or the rats, they cannot get up in those trees. But once the mongoose get up there, they're gonna be eating the eggs. So we got all of these. So this one is a thing. This one is grapefruit, right here. Non-alcoholic. It's not alcoholic. This one right here is the same thing. This one is a pear though. This one is not alcoholic. And this one is this one's like a man beer though. This one's a strong beer. But usually the beer what we give to the locals, to the tourists is this one. The carry. Everyone know the carry, but this one is strong. So it's up to you, whatever you guys want to try, we can start with it. So talk to me. What's up?
I'll have the pear.
You try the carry? Okay.
The pear.
The pear?
The pear.
What about you? Pear. What about you? Yeah. What about you? Bella. Say cheese. Say cheese.
All right, so we are here at our first stop. It's been a very informative tour. Lots and lots of history here in St. Kitts. But we are here at our first stop. Looks like a shopping stop, maybe. Actually, it's the rum distillery.
Hey, how are you doing? Good? Hello guys, getting cold coconuts, cold water.
This is actually owned by the Samuel Jeffersons. In case you don't know who the Samuel Jeffersons is, who's your guy's third president? From America, right? Thank you very much. Who's the third president? Thomas Jefferson. That's your guy's third president. So this is his great-great-great-granddad distillery. So we have his property right there. He used to live over at the Carabel Batik around the corner. But this was all owned by him. Also, we used to go like 2 things while growing sugar. This is sugar cane, how it looks like when it's being grown. As you can see, just like went back. We used to grow tobacco and we used to grow cotton. So tobacco, we do not have the correct weather down here for the tobacco. It's too hot. Tobacco requires lots and lots of water. Plus the cotton, the demand for the cotton wasn't as high. So we stick to sugar. Sugar started here in 1651 in St. Kitts and finished in 2005. So we had sugar going on down here for hundreds and hundreds of years. Also, the name for it is the Poinciana or the flamboyant. The Poinciana or the flamboyant. Also, these copper pots right here, these was just basically used in St. Kitts on the plantations for getting sugar crystals and molasses. Very simple. So you're gonna see all of these going around the island. When we go around the island, you're gonna be seeing a lot of these in the bushes, those long chimneys. Once you see those, that's where we had a plantation. They call it. It's known really, to be honest, it's known as the sandback. So also, this was actually one of the first plantations in St. Kitts where we had slaves working. This was the first one. Once the slaves give any problems, they take their shirts off, play their shirts against this back, and punish them. So this tree got a lot of spiky stuff. A lot of spiky stuff, but a lot of this has been dropping off. So this one is what we usually show people. That's the same tree. So we're gonna be walking around, we're gonna be looking around, but when we're coming out, you're gonna watch this tree and you're gonna see exactly what it is. But again, this tree was actually used for punishing the slaves. Once they give any problem, they take their shirt off, make sure the needle, those spikes penetrate through their back, and they punish them. They whip them. Very simple. Get the spikes sticking in your shoe. To be honest. So right here, this is what they are. Sandback tree. That's the name as a portable. That's what they call it.
Yeah, we trying to gang.
Well, no man.
Yeah man, that's the best thing you do.
So I want you to watch your head. Be careful when you're walking there, okay? You got any phone lights? Can you shine some phone lights in here? So, watch your head, okay? Watch your head. You got some spider webs in here, watch your head. Now, you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, you're okay. You're short in them. So, you could even look in this one over there also, where you guys at. Shine some lights right here. These right here. These are known as the fiery tunnel. So this is where the slaves used to gotta make sure keep the wood in here to keep those copper pots light. So upstairs, that's where they make upstairs is also where they make the sugar crystals and the molasses. So upstairs is where the process was really done. But down here was known as the fiery tunnel. So also, they got some more rum showing here. So when we go in there, you're gonna be seeing a lot of different rum. It's actually a reason why they have a lot. They have all the rum being preserved in here, so yeah. So when we get out, we'll show you what's up. If you see this in Trinidad, come here.
Oh yeah.
You know what's this?
Yeah.
What's this?
Well, we call it bandania or shadow benny.
Smell it. Everyone knows what's this. Everyone knows what's this. Everyone knows this.
Mint.
No?
Smell
it. Everyone knows
Coriander,
that.
yeah. That's what I meant. Coriander. Coriander.
Cilantro. Same word in English.
Oh.
Coriander.
Oh.
Cilantro.
Cilantro, yeah.
So, see, you got them going wild. Down here we make tea with them. I know too. I usually make tea with them. Yeah. From the Caribbean islands, soursop. These right here. You drink like almost like 2-3 leaves every morning. Trust me, it's good. I'll be honest. When I was living in Connecticut, this was one of the main things I have to bring back every time I come on vacation.
What's it called?
Soursop. When you get home, research it. Okay. Sour, S-O-U-R-S-O-P. It's very simple.
Okay.
Yeah, the fruit is good, but you actually get our water on the island also. You want to know what's a calabash, right? Calabash. You know what's a calabash, right?
Yeah, we mean.
Yeah, calabash is something like a big... They had one here last week, but I'm not... Okay, see one right here. There's one right there. You see one right there? You come right here, you can see it. See it? The one right there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you see we get lots of landslide down here, to be honest. So, when we had a rainfall in 2010, they saw the rocks up there peeping up in the corner. So after excavating this whole thing by hand, they do everything by hand. It took them 1 year to excavate this by hand. This is what was discovered right here. So over here, this is where the rum was being boiled. And as you can see, the sugar crystal and the molasses is being processed over there. Also, they do rum tasting in here. You guys want to taste the rum? $5. Yeah, Anyone want to try the rum? You can try the rum right here. You ready with the rum tasting? Go ahead.
Taste? Somebody said taste?
The only thing they used to do up here, they sugar crystals and the molasses. The rum, basically. Give 5 of them, take their shirt off, put it towards this tree, and whip them. Simple as that. And this is known as the sandback tree. The same shaped tree that was down there. Also, up here. Like, to be honest, all of this plantation was powered by water. So right where you see the police and the guys actually standing right there, where you see them standing right here, as you can see right here, it was a big water wheel right here. And that's the water wheel axle where he's at. That's the water wheel axle, still visible. So all of these stuff what you see here, as you can see, this is the wheel shaft. These are stuff that was actually found on the plantation when it was closed down. Again, this has been operational since 1681. Sugar started in 1651. Rum started 30 years later. I saw you take a picture. If you look back on the picture, 1681. This has been put here since 1883. They got the date on it in the middle. So once you go down, you look up right here in the center, you see 1883. They got to do something about this. But if you look to the top, you see it's starting to break apart. You see? So they got to try to do something about that. You don't want this falling on people's car. Yeah, to be honest, that's going to be a big problem right here.
So he said this is a very popular area and it's going to get very busy. We got here early because they have the rum factory, they have zip lining, they have ATVs, UTVs, all of that in this area. So we beat the crowd with this tour.
Smell this.
Sure?
Correct?
Yeah.
Smell it.
Oh yeah, you can smell it.
Amazing.
Strong.
What's this one now?
Basil.
This one?
Nope.
No? What's this one?
Oregano?
Thank you. Oregano, Spanish time.
Oregano,
yeah, I got another one I want to show you guys.
Oh my herbs.
I'm excited.
About this one.
What was this? The first one?
That one's the basil.
Basil.
Basil. What about this one? Yeah. Yeah, you know that one be good. I love this one. This one and the lemongrass, I like drinking the tea together, the basil.
Oh gosh, I know it.
It's a different one. This one is like the Wellman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
Last one is the Wild Mint.
Wild Mint, yeah.
Oh, Wild Mint. So we're at the point where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean. It's very beautiful out here, very windy, but very, very beautiful.
So you're gonna see what was done over there with the lava rocks and this and that. But while we're driving, I'm gonna show you a little bit of our black sand. We're gonna drive by and I'm gonna just see the black sand. We're gonna be on our way, okay? See? Wow. See what it is? Yeah. Black, just like moon sand. See what it is? You can touch it if you want. See what it feels?
Yeah.
Very black.
All All right, so now we just made another stop here at Small Boardwalk. They have some shops and souvenirs. He said it's cheaper to buy it here than any place else, so let's check out and see what they have.
O meu veio com um filhotinho em cima e ele é rosa.
Vou comprar no Mercado Livre essas plaquinhas.
I'm here if you need anything ice cold. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Hello.
Das war deine Frau, was du fotografiert hast, du.
Magnifique. Alors là, magnifique. C'est magnifique. Wow, d'un côté t'as la Caraïbe, de l'autre côté t'as la c'est magnifique.
Guys, it is so beautiful here. Now I'm afraid of heights, so I'm not gonna go past those boulders, but stunning shots. Oh my gosh. I don't know, this might be, Tortola was really nice as far as the overlook, but this might have Tortola beat, maybe. Stunning. So if you come here thinking you're going to get a picture of the sign, there's a lot of people around. You're not going to be able to get a picture because people are here capturing the stunning view. I mean, wow. It's just so beautiful, guys. I can't stop looking at it. And it is a perfect day. It's not too hot out. The sun is beaming, but it's, yeah, absolutely beautiful. This is definitely a must-see. And I don't know if all tours come up here or not. I would imagine most of them probably do because it's probably the most scenic view. But yeah, this tour has been really nice. Like I said, he's given a lot of history, a lot of information. We've made a lot of stops. We actually went deep into St. Kitts, I think the west side. And yeah, I think a lot of tours don't do that. So that's why I like to book the third party, because you're gonna go places a lot of times that the ships don't go. So yeah, beautiful. All right, so here at Monkey Beach, it's the last stop of this tour. We're here for a little bit to have lunch. So I've ordered a fried snapper and just enjoying this nice beach view. Yeah, it looks like a couple little restaurants. I'm not sure exactly where we are. There's a couple little bars, restaurants. You probably have to pay to use their chairs or order food or drink. But yeah, it's a nice little area and it's not crowded. So that makes it even better for me. Sorry, spitting out a bone. So the fish is very good. So is the beans and rice, but there's flies all over the place. So I probably should have stayed under the patio where they have light, so I'm eating pretty fast. But I didn't want the peas and rice, I just wanted French fries. And he gave me a big plate of fries with the fish, but the fish is delicious. I just gotta keep swatting to keep the flies away. All right, that was probably one of the best meals that I've had on the cruise. So headed back to the ship now. Yeah, that was a great tour through Viator. I will put the information in the description. You can book it directly through that link there. Yeah, excellent tour. Highly recommend it. All right, so now back and forth. Let's just check out some of the shops and things they have. They have a lot of souvenir shops and lots to do right here in the port. So if you're a shopper and you just want to get off and shop, looks like there's plenty to do here.